Now when you are setting your posture, you have an angle of the body that determines your maximum range of motion. We've shown you in some other videos how this angle changes as you move through the core regions. Jay is a lower core player. That's where we're going to stay today with Jay. So Jay, I want you to just stand tall and relax. Now when you measure this angle, what you want to do is have somebody take your arm, or let the fitter take your arm, and simply rotate it forward, gently. I've just moved Jay's palm forward. And if I run this digital protractor down the middle of his forearm, has a bubble here, I'm going to center. And that's going right down the middle of his forearm. This bubble is showing that this is 90 degrees to the ground. So Jay, your number is here, 159, okay? So if I bring Jay's arm up here, as we move into grip, you'll see that this is going to be his position at the top of the swing. We're going to cover that in another, right there. You feel the strength in your arm right there, Jay? So he's going to have maximum power here. If I move this out, what do you feel?
Weakness.
Weakness, and there?
No weakness.
So these different positions are being set by your grip. We'll cover that in another video, another chapter. But just for posture, so Jay, you can drop that arm down and go to another lower core number, any of them, okay? And so if I take Jay's arm and rotate it out, we're still going to find that Jay is at 158. That's exactly the same number. So, and let's go out to 25. So we're going to, if we check each of his four numbers and we just take his arm and rotate it forward, he's going to have exactly the same number. And he does again here. So, what we can do now, Jay, if you'll rotate that so you're facing the wall, either way. There you go. Now, for a low core player, we want spine angle and thigh angle. You're going to find that they're the same. This is the only core region where they're the same. So Jay, we have 159. This weight will naturally set Jay's posture. So go ahead and add spine tilt. Okay, and if I put this now on Jay's thigh and center that bubble right there, that's his thigh angle. And you'll notice that this weight is naturally going to be his spine angle. So Jay, if you would show how much rotation you have back. That's pretty easy, huh? Mm-hmm. Okay, now just turn through the other way. That's pretty simple. Notice the amount of range of motion Jay has. Okay, and go ahead and reset, stand tall and reset everything. That's his 159. The weight will naturally set. Now, I want you to sit down a little bit more. Let's say, as a teacher, I say, no, you need more knee flex. Show me how much range you have. And he's stuck right here. Okay, you feel it? And you're going to be stuck on both sides. So, range of motion is going to be so important. Also, the length of, this is Jay's 9-iron, right? Mm-hmm. Okay, go ahead and get set. So Jay, are you, show me the width you want to be. That's it for the 9-iron?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's for the low core player, he's on 18 inches. That's going to be pretty good for 9-iron here. Okay, and I'll take the weight, stay in your posture. I'm going to take the weight and hand you your club. So with this angle, and Jay takes his 9-iron, to get set, he's going to have to get down, aren't you? Well, or add both spine tilt and knee flex simultaneously and start the club to the top. Feel it? And he's stuck right here. So your posture, as you set your posture, it's going to be different by core region. So let's face this way, Jay, so they can see how much range of motion you do have with this. And so club fitting needs to take into consideration these angles for maximum ability to rotate. So let's have you take that. And now Jay's back to his 159 and rotate. So he has ease of rotation. Okay, now go deeper into your setup. I'll tell you what, before you do, let's do this. Go ahead and set your spine, set your angles. I'm going to take this.
grounded.
Yep. Show me where you have to go. You had to sit down a little bit. Okay. Now stay right there. I'm going to give you the weight. Feel the stress on your back?
Yeah, I do.
So before he had no stress. Okay, rotate. And he's stuck. His ability to rotate is a function of all of these angles. As we get into grip, this angle shows up throughout the golf swing. And we'll show you all of that. But right now, when we talk about posture, even if we set everything properly for Jay, he's still going to have restriction in range of motion. I'm talking about posture, grip, stance, whip. He's going to have a restriction in range of motion because of the length of his club. Okay?
Okay.
Jay, anything you want to add?
No, I just I've noticed that I've been getting stuck in the backswing. I'm trying to figure out everything to accommodate it by working on stance width, grip, and not realizing that the length of my club was causing me to get pretty short and quick.
Yeah. And it will. It will. And Jay's only been with me 8 years, so I keep him around. I just give him a little bit at a time. Okay. So let's tell you what.
But without the progression of the way things have changed, though, we wouldn't be able to figure this out years ago.
Yeah. So let's take a look at now. Okay, now that was lower core. Now we have a strip down that is Jay's upper core. So Jay, if you go to upper core, stand tall and look straight ahead. Now the thing to remember, if you haven't planked, as you turn your arms out, one's going to be further out than the other. So symmetry, this is another part of symmetry. So just relax, and I'm going to rotate you forward. You'll notice again how much more shallow. This is Jay's old angle. So I have to change this angle. As he moves up the core, this is his carrying or power angle, carrying angle. As we've said, it's out of 1865 medicine. He went 6 degrees greater. He's at 165 now. Actually, almost 150, 166. So when Jay sets his posture, so Jay, I want you to bend. There you go. Now add your knee. There you go. Jay will naturally set this number. Feel that?
Mm-hmm.
So this angle is now his thigh angle, but he has greater spine tilt. Let's take a look at it down the line. So you'll know spine tilt is always going to be greater than the thigh angle on the upper core. There you go. Now add your knee flex. And Jay now, that is set at 165. Remember, he was 159 in his low core. Does your, let's take a look. Does your 9-iron fit you now? And this may be why you felt so much better playing him from an upper core whip. It fits. So, fitting the club by core region, Jay would come in and talk to me, knowing this content so well. He would say, Doc, I just feel better. I don't know why, playing from that upper core. And he did. But he didn't play, it wasn't as consistent.
No, I was playing terribly, but the distance was tremendous.
Yeah, your clubs fit.
No.
So now he has to have his clubs. We're going to say, and we talked earlier about an inch is going to be the extension of his clubs. Let's see if these clubs fit you for mid-core now.
Okay.
So let's take a look at your mid-core numbers, Jay. And let's look at your angles face on. Again, we're looking at a 9-iron here. And Jay, what'd you tell me earlier that you hit your longer clubs?
My mid-iron and longer iron is way better than heavyweight wedges.
Yeah.
Even down to the wedges. So
Because of
the distance.
well, the length of the club didn't fit. You'd have
We
to
won't
spot.
call them the S word, but I was hitting some bad shots with my wedges.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Let's check your angle here. So this is mid-core. .162. So we went 159, 62, 160, almost 166. So we have about 3 degrees between. All right. So let's set simultaneous. And there is your thigh angle. And remember, spine angle is going to be a little bit greater than knee flex, or then thigh. Spine angle is going to be greater than knee or thigh angle in both the upper and the middle core. It'll be the same in the low core. So let's turn and face this way now, Jay. So here is Jay's 162, and again you can see that if I hold this 90 degrees, he has a little bit more spine tilt. When you're setting your posture like this, you will tend to naturally go to these numbers. Jay's not trying to do anything. You can see the variability on his power angle, his carrying angle. He still is able to find it. Let's see if your 9-iron fits here. So go ahead and set simultaneously. Closer, but you'd have to go down, right? Yeah, it's going to have to add more spine tilt to find it. So, as you go through this, not a bad idea, once you find your dominant core region, check the length of your clubs. Go into the stance width you're going to be using for, say, your shorter irons and see if they fit that posture. Jay, anything you want to add?
Other than do your planks, definitely check your clubs.
After 8 years, Jay's going to get his. I still am holding out on you. So. All right. Thanks, Jay.
No sweat.
Appreciate it.
You got it.
So much, yeah. Well, you learned. We both learned.
I learned a lot today.
Yeah. That was fun.
Good old Dean, I can say.
Well, it also explains a lot.
Yeah.
Turns